One of them's coming up.
Welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make bouncy style idents. You may have seen people that have this kind of style ident, such as Trenga, Smuti, as well as Shallow and a few others. It's a really simple and easy animation to get down, and when you do, you'll be able to make some super clean idents. So let's get into it. All we're going to do is we're going to go and make ourselves a 4-second 60 FPS 1080p composition. Once we've done this, get our text tool and we're just going to type in our name. For this tutorial I couldn't think of any other name that has circular and rounded letters that would look good, so I've just gone with the name Goob. It's a very interesting name, but it will do. Now all we're going to do is align it in the center, change the anchor point so that's in the middle of our text. Make sure that we've also got the text set to 130 and all these other settings are the same, and then we're just going to create shapes from text. Like we've done before, we're going to duplicate this as many times as there are letters. So there's 4 letters here, we've already got 1, so we need another 3. Once we've got all those, we're going to rename them to each letter. So G, O, O, and then B. Once we've done that, go into each of these and you're going to delete any letter that's not the same as the layer name. So for this one, delete all of them except the G, this one, all of them except the second O, this one, all of them except that, and then all of them except that. Once we've done this, hit U, and it will close it all out. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to hit P on our keyboard, and it will bring up the position. Once we've done this, right click, and then we're going to press separate dimensions. And what this will do is it will give us an X and a Y. And this is very useful because then it means all we have to do, copy our Y, which is going to be the bounce, and then we can put it on each of these other layers. So let's get into making the bounce. What we're going to do first is we're going to go to about 1.5 seconds. We're going to keyframe our Y and our X. We're going to take the X, move it about 3 frames to the right, like that, and then we're going to go from our Y, we're going to go 6 frames back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once we're here, we're going to make this one go down a bit. Then we're going to go 8 frames. So once we've gone 8 frames, move it up. Then we're going to go 10 frames. And once we've gone 10 frames, we're going to copy this keyframe that's on the end and paste it there. And now we're going to go 12, and then we're going to move this up about halfway up the screen like that. And now we're going to go 17, paste our keyframe here, and then we're going to go again 17, and then we're going to move this up again, and then we're going to move this all the way up off of the screen to about there. Then we can just click this, drag it so it starts where the start is, highlight all of our keyframes, hit F9 on our keyboard, or we can right click keyframe assistant, easy ease. And then all we need to do now is go in the graph editor. Once we're in here, make sure we're on speed graph and not value graph. If your graph looks like this, right click and then speed graph. All we're going to do is click and drag and make it look like a mountain like this. This is just the way that I do it. You can always do it differently, but this is what looks best because it comes in fast, hits down, and then it bounces just like it should. All we need to do now, turn on motion blur and let's see what we got. So right now this feels like it's happening a bit too quick for me, so I'm just going to highlight, drag it out a bit, and just space out these keyframes a bit. There we go. Now, because we've got this one keyframed X over here, we can then move the X a little bit to the left, and as you can see, it just shows you the trail of where it's going to go, just like that. And once we've done that, all you have to do is click on it, and then ease it like we have before, and you don't have to change the speed graph, and let's watch what it looks like now. So there we go, we've got our first bouncing in letter, and all we're going to need to do now, copy our Y, go to our next letter, which is going to be the O, hit P, separate dimensions, keyframe the Y, paste our keyframes in, do the same over here, P, separate dimensions, keyframe the Y, paste our keyframes in there, do the same up here, position, then we're going to separate the dimensions, paste in our keyframes on the Y, and now we've got all the letters bouncing in like that. Now for the B, we're going to change the X position as well, so we're going to 1, 2, 3, like that, go to the start, and we're going to move this time to the right a bit, like that, and then we're going to highlight easy ease, and then we've done that as well. Make sure that you've got motion blur on for each of these layers. That's because anytime there's motion, you're going to want motion blur, otherwise it won't look smooth. So let's take a look at what we've got so far. So right now we've got every letter bouncing, however it doesn't look that clean, and the reason for that is that everything is happening at the same time. So what we're going to do, we're going to spread when these letters bounce out a little bit. So all you got to do, highlight the keyframes, drag them out to the right a bit. Don't have to do it too much, but just make it so they all start at different points, like that. Let's watch that through now. There we go, that looks a lot cleaner, and we're almost done. All we have to do now, hit U on our keyboard to close out all our keyframes, go to about 3 seconds, hit S on our keyboard, we're going to select our O's, go to about 20 keyframes, and then we're going to go about 20 frames forward, and we're going to set them to 0, like that. Then we're going to easy ease, go into our graph editor, and then we're going to drag this to the right like that, so it speeds up, like that. And all we're going to do is copy this, paste it onto this O, go 3 frames forward, paste it onto the G, and on the B, like that. And what this will do is it will close out like that. Once we've got that down, all we need to do is hit Control A, Control Shift C to pre-comp it, hit OK, then we're just going to add some other effects. Now if you haven't seen my other tutorial, I highly suggest you go watch it, as it will show exactly what I'm doing right now, and it gives you all the presets that you need to make your ident go from looking pretty decent to looking even better. Once you've seen my other video and you've got all the different presets, make sure all the presets are applied, and let's take a look at what we got so far. So this is what we got so far. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good, but there's a couple things that we can do to make it look even better, and one of them would be to pre-compose these two layers together, and then we're going to add a little bit more scale. So we're going to set a keyframe for scale right there at 100, just as it's closed out. Go to the start, set another one for 145, or any amount lower than that, maybe 135 might be better. We're also going to set a keyframe for rotation, hit U on our keyboard, go to where the end is, and we're going to change this to about 3, and let's look at what that looks like now. And there we have it, we have managed to make ourselves a bouncing in ident. So if you like this tutorial and want to see more ident tutorials in the future, make sure to like, subscribe, as well as drop in the comments below what kind of ident you would like to see me cover next. I think I might be planning on making a 3D ident, so let me know what your thoughts are on that. Also, when I make highlight effect tutorials from now on, I'm going to be showing you how to make the highlight effect in Vegas, Premiere and After Effects, all 3 softwares in the same video so that everyone can follow it. I will also be giving the presets to everyone in every video, as well as project files and everything that you would need to replicate that effect. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.